Welcome back, stranger. Today's a very special episode on the channel, one of which I want to talk about some things, explain some things that are hard to swallow. I am, of course, your host, the Professor, that being Professor Dark Academia, aka Johnny the Folklore Guy, aka Fat Shia LaBeouf, aka Esoteric Sam Hyde. I don't know. And there's other nicknames. Just read the comments on my videos. I'd like to talk to you about this channel today. How it started, why it started, how I was doing, and then how it's doing now. It's been a hard road, especially lately. I started this channel in the fall of 2017. I was in the middle of reading Holy Blood, Holy Grail by Bajent Lincoln and Lee, excuse me. And I thought of the idea of, hey, because I've thought about creating a YouTube channel, what do I create it about? And I'm like, I got an idea. Let's do a mixed bag of history and folklore that kind of blends the mystic and mysterious, and including mysterious places and mystical landscapes and such. And it was a great idea, and it was very fervent. And that night, I filled like a whole yellow legal tablet of ideas. And I gave them all numbers and came up with ideas and immediately set to work creating these videos that I love so much and want to share with you. Obviously, when I first started, they were very rough. I had never edited, well, I had edited video in high school, but nothing to like a regular YouTube quality or anything like that. And channel views were very slow. Subscribers were very low at first. It took me a few months to get my footing, but literally later that summer, 2018, things picked up really hard, and we were getting thousands of views a day, tens of thousands in some cases, and a couple of the videos did really well, including that one about the alternative successions to the British royal family. That got like 100,000 views that summer, and it seemed to be a really good start, a really big day for me and this channel, and I thought things could only get higher from there. And I let it get to me, and I drew some really big circles in terms of topic choice for this channel, and it was covering a lot of things that really didn't fit the original mold that I designed. If you recall, the very first video I posted, I'll leave a link right here. I outlined the plans I had for this channel, what I wanted to do with it, where I wanted to take it, what I had to offer. I definitely got sidetracked from that and started exploring other topics unrelated. And I watched the viewership. They weren't like plummeting, but they were getting smaller by the end of that summer. But I figured, I would just go back to where I started and pick it up and give the people what they want. That was such an exciting time for me in this channel, 2018. And it's hard to admit now, but that's really when it peaked. And I haven't managed to pick that up again, that sort of momentum. They say lightning strikes not once, but twice. No, wait. Lightning strikes once, not twice, or something to that effect. I was trying to capture lightning in a bottle again. 8 years later, I haven't encapsulated any electricity of any sort. I had videos doing really good. I had secrets of the American flag and the history of the devil in art and alternative successions aforementioned, and of course the oldest royal families. And I've really been hitting along these beats, and things seem to coalesce together. Later that fall, I posted royal haunts, and that did very well too. That hit the 20,000 view benchmark, and a year later I would hit the same benchmark with the Bigfoot video I did about famous people to witness Bigfoot. And I seemed to be really calling an audience that was into this folklore that surrounds real historical events, that meshed the two disciplines together. I managed to coast on those videos for a couple of years and release content fairly regularly. Then COVID hit, and I kind of abandoned the channel because my life just got super crazy. And if you want more info on why I stepped away from content creation, I posted a video of it when I started it back up again in 2022, 23? It would have been 2023, the winter of 2023. I came back to the channel. I released this marquee video saying, hey guys, I'm back. We're back. We're going to go back to what we were doing and release the same like creepy folklore videos that we know and love. And well, 2 years on from that, and pickings are slim. You know, I covered a lot of unrelated topics that diluted the brand, you could say. Vlog brewery was a strange departure. Some of those videos did decent, but mostly it was just, I was just cranking out low quality every single day. I had started a new job, had a new girlfriend, my dad got cancer. Things got weird. And the content and the quality of the content reflects that. So yeah, there was a 3-year silence there, almost 4-year silence, like more than 3.5 years of me saying nothing. And I thought, if I started back up again, to pick up where we left off, and all my old friends would be back, and we'd get to share and revel in this experiment, this grand experiment that was Mortar and Ivy. And I could not even get a whisper of the views that used to happen. And I realized just in that 3.5-year period, YouTube had changed so much. The algorithm had changed so much. Audiences had changed so much. Level of quality, the standard, like raised astronomically in such a short period of time. The YouTube I picked back up with in 2023 was not the one I had left in early 2020. Now, I forgot to fail to mention Vloggery. I got really burnt out, and I was also going to school at the time. And then school became school at home. I was homeschooled, sort of, with low internet connection. Very terrible internet in the boonies. Like my video on why men love the Roman Empire hit like 2,000 views. And my review of Prince Harry's memoir hit about 2,000 views. But videos were scoring in the low hundreds at best on a good day. And I realized a lot of that had to do with my quality wasn't good enough. My subject matter wasn't cohesive enough. So, I tried to improve matters, tighten things up, draw smaller circles. Still pretty attention deficit to my approach, but I thought things were improving, certainly. And then, like last spring, things just got terribly depressing. Remember the Haunted Royals video that got 20,000 views? Well, I figured I'd make a sequel. I'd cover 10 more royal hauntings. And that got 200 views? 120? Something low like that. I'll put it on the screen here. Like, wow. Like, it was practically cookie cutter to the original one. Not exactly the same, but it was clearly cut from the same cloth. And of course, I typed in all my videos, all the big viewership videos, the real popular ones, the fun ones, the ones that we really liked, into like Gemini, ChatGPT, like several AI protocols. And I said, hey, which one of these ideas is the best? Like, tell me, like, let's forecast some demographics here. Let's push the data. What's happening here? And it said like cursed symbols would get 70,000 views based on my previous view counts, like what videos did best. Like, here's what videos will also do best. And it got 30 views. I mean, 300 views was a bad day. But here, this video, which I thought, cursed symbols, that covers a little bit of art, some esoterica, some history, folklore. It hit all the beats previously done by my most loved videos, and it got 30 views. Yeah, okay, so I was covering like some Nazi imagery, and I was covering some like satanic imagery, and I understand like that can hurt the algorithm because these videos aren't pushed by YouTube because it's like a dark subject matters. But I tried to do as close to a fun approach to these subjects as I could, and just crickets. Like 30 views. I don't want to feel ungrateful because I love all the input I get on these videos and from my fans and friends and followers. Take a pick. Which one are you? Maybe you're new to this channel, in which case, welcome to the shit show. I'm allowed one swear word per video. My mommy said so. It really makes me wonder, like, I sacrifice so much for this channel. I sacrifice housework. As you might know, I work 2 jobs, and so my free time is extremely limited. I also am a parent and a dog dad. I'm a dog mom, 50% player, 50% hater, 100% dog mom. I sacrifice relationships. Like, I had to end a relationship this summer because it was cutting into my content making time. This is my favorite thing to do on earth. You have to know. It blends all of my joys and passions and hobbies and ambitions. Like, I am a history nerd, first and foremost. I'm also a writer, first and foremost. I love writing scripts. I love researching this content. I love acting. I even like when turkeys are involved in the set pieces. Like, that's puppetry. You know, why not? I play at puppetry, video editing, and sound design, and designing the thumbnails. I enjoy every step of the process. It's like, it's all my favorite hobbies rolled into one. And I wouldn't give it up for anything, but I would give up other things for it. And I have, and I continue to do so. My house is perpetually a mess. My friends perpetually miss me because I'm busy talking about the Kennedys and Stonehenge and cheese travels. More on that later. But what have I got from it? Obviously, I'm nowhere near monetization. Yeah, I have the subscriber count. I don't have the view hours. Monetization isn't truly the goal, but if I got paid to do this, I'd have more free time to do more of it. That's really the goal. The goal is to do, like, release a video every 5 days if I could, because it is my favorite thing, and I love meeting like-minded people who are into the same sort of stuff. The question that arises in all of this, is this a rant? It's a vlog. I don't normally vlog, but here we are vlogging in February. Well, it's technically late January as of recording this, but Vloggery is back, you guys. COVID couldn't keep it down. Rant, vlog, call it what you will. But really, the point of this is, when do you know to throw in the towel? When do you realize that your relationships are more important? When your housework is pretty dang important. You know, I have this whole house to myself. My son and animals are here, but otherwise, no, I don't have roommates. I don't have just an apartment. I've had an apartment in the past. I could handle an apartment. But I've got this whole house to take care of, and it needs serious upgrades. And a lot of them are upgrades to my previous upgrades. So when do I just say, this is not going anywhere? People don't care. My quality of my content is not good enough. My abilities aren't good enough. My software is too old. My computers are too old. I'm filming this on a phone. Like, I'm pretending this is a microphone. Like, I usually attach a microphone to it. You've seen it. But like, this is really just a reference point to make sure I'm still in frame. But I use, you know, cheap software, free software to enhance the audio. I can't animate. I don't have access. I try not to use AI. I've used some AI footage in the past. Not footage, but photos. You've seen some, like, oil paintings I've created with AI in previous videos. And I try to shy away from that. If an image doesn't exist, I gotta start a new one. And as much as I love watercolor painting, I don't have time to create as many images as I can. I'm not gonna apologize for using some generative AI, you know, like, the video is all me. You're getting all me. But it's nice to have a virtual assistant sometimes. Do I give up? What do I do? Do I do slime dares and Taki's challenges? Pocky one chip? What's the one chip? I'm looking at my dog as if she's going to answer. I've got no one else here with me right now. And I'm not going to cut to producer more. I don't feel like putting on the wig. I don't want to give up. I don't think I'm going to give up. I am going to give this one more year, though. I'm going to give this project one more year before I decide maybe I'm better off being a janitor at a bar, killing rats in the basement with a baseball bat. I'm gonna be drawing tighter circles. I'm gonna be drawing much tighter circles. No longer am I gonna be covering all kinds of crazy mysteries in every era of time. I'm mostly, at this point, gonna stick to medieval content. If you're a fan of my art history content, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to step away from that a little bit because it doesn't fit the aesthetic of the rest of the videos. I know those videos get a lot of likes, they don't get a lot of views. If you came here because of my book reviews, there'll be less to zero of that anymore. I'm not going to be covering literature topics. I know in the past I've just covered books that were neither historical nor historical fiction. But again, I have to focus. I need to focus and create a really cohesive paradigm, because I don't have the time to create like 20 videos on every subject I want to cover. Like, if you came here, if you like my movie videos, if you like about like Lord of the Rings and other Peter Jackson projects, I'm probably not going to be making very many of those either. So I'm sorry about that. In terms of like the really simple minimalist timeline videos, I'm probably still going to continue those because they do get a lot of views, they do get a lot of likes, and they get a lot of subscribers. They're really simple to make. They're really fun to make, more importantly. It doesn't matter how cheap and simple they are really fun, and they just offer a visual clue, just visual evidence to certain trends in history, and that being the timelines of families. You know, genealogy was one of the things that started this channel. That was my two most popular videos are genealogical in nature, so I will continue those for now. But they do withdraw from the tone that I'm trying to establish, and that is history's mysteries. That being historical and mystical histories throughout time, but especially more older past than recent. I don't like doing 20th century mysteries or history very much. I don't like doing World War II. I don't like covering topics where the people that witnessed them are still alive. I like touching on them a little bit here and there with my shorts content, but not so much with my long form content. I, first and foremost, like this whole channel was created because I want to make a channel about castles. I wanted to make a channel about history and folklore, and then once it gets popular and I make money, I can go visit these castles. But I live in the United States of America. We don't have castles. We don't have castles in North America. We have manor houses that look like castles, like Casa Loma in Toronto. I've been there. It's cool. It's not a castle. It's a mansion shaped like a castle. We have really ancient buildings that are old as castles, like in the Southwest. But I have it costs just as much to go to Europe as it does the Southwest. You know, we live in a very big country. I live in by we, I mean me and my family here. That's right, Sushi, here included. We don't have the money to go to either Europe or the Southwest. We don't have airplane money. We have goldfish money. I can buy goldfish. It's the snack that smiles back. And I don't really have much money left over after that. Again, whole house. Just me. No wife. 14 ex-girlfriends. 11 ex-girlfriends. Something like it's anything more than 6 is absurd. It might as well be 1,000. I'm not quitting this channel. I want to say that one more time. I'm not quitting this channel today. I am refining it though. There'll be more content, regular posted content that's going to fit in a much tighter niche, that being historical mysteries, mostly medieval, a couple Victorian, things that fit the dark academia aesthetic. My favorite thing about this channel is not teaching. I'm not a teacher. Yes, I'm called a professor. I didn't even come up with that, mind you. I'm a learner. I'm here to learn. I cover these topics to learn and share what I learn. And I learn the best when I'm sharing with others. I learn when I'm reading. Sure, I learn when I research and I'm sifting through sources online. I learn more when I write about it and report my findings. You know, especially ever since I left school in 2020. I mean to go back, but it's a hard road and it costs a lot of money. It's kind of a scam. So we're sticking around. We're gonna goose the magic. I'm gonna cover the real topics I've been waiting to do for the longest time that are closest to my heart. That give you the chills, that makes your spine tingle and your goose flesh prickle and all that sort of thing. If you like the idea of mystical history from the medieval period and the classical antiquity and the 17th century, then yeah, you've come to the right place. There will be more, and it'll be more refined and tighter, and most of all, more focused. I'm really excited. I am hoping this is phase 3 of the channel. Whereas phase 1 was a rookie attempt with beginner's luck, phase 2 was a dismal attempt at recapturing the magic, phase 3 will be the next step in growing this channel and creating a community where people can just comment in my videos and say, have you ever heard of this? Have you ever been to here? Would you like to hear this story? I think you're lying. Yeah, people tell me that, but I post my sources. Look up my sources. They're in the description. It's free. It might not be 2018 anymore. And maybe I am past my expiration date. But by God, I'm going to give it one last hurrah, one more college try before hanging up my boots. The library isn't closing. We're just refining the archives. Thanks again for stopping by, listening to me drawl endlessly, wax lyrically, somberly. I hope to see you again. I've been the professor. This is my dark academia. You're always welcome in my neck of the woods.